Cast.
Pro wrestling superstar Rhino and his co-host Gary come to you live each week with guests from the worlds of pro wrestling, comics, movies, sports, and more. So if your standards aren't too high, Terry and Gary's Low Expectations podcast is for you.
And even today, when I'm in there wrestling, I feel energized. I feel good. I feel like I've got a lot left in the tank.
Good things is going, baby.
Oh, man, they don't lie.
You have to grow a mohawk so that you can go by the name Kleba Lang.
The ratings are through the roof right now.
Right.
Catch Terry and Gary every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern live on Podcast Detroit. Download Terry and Gary or stream on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, or the Terry and Gary TV YouTube channel. You know what to do next. Leave your expectations at the door and enjoy the show.
We are back.
Hey.
After 2-week hiatus. We got the man, No Way. How you doing, No Way?
Good. How you doing, Gary? How you doing? Whoa, I got a string up this one.
Right.
There was
Yeah,
everything's
backwards out here.
The job to the string on the arm sleeve. Damn. Hold on.
Just around a little bit. There you go. There we
There
go.
you go. As you get
I'm in the wife's craft room, hence the cute stuff in the background.
All right.
right.
It's all style. It's my room, actually, guys.
Yeah. Nice. Now you're on the West Coast, right? You're in whereabouts are you?
Seattle right now.
Seattle. Now,
Yeah.
are you from Seattle originally or no?
No. So she's from a place called Sammamish, and like I've never been to the West Coast before I came here. I met her in South Korea, and
Right.
I came here for like a week or two, and I was like, "Damn, it's beautiful, man!" So like I fell in love with it right away. It tricked me though because it was like 2 weeks of sunshine, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah, this is great." Little did I know it'd be like 8 months of trash, but I mean, I'm getting used to it. Still, like in the beginning of can I curse on this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. At the beginning of June and July, like it was like still like 50, 40 degrees, like trying to go to the gym, and it was weird.
Yeah. No, Seattle. Gary, have you ever been to Seattle?
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's actually very beautiful.
Yeah.
You do get a lot of rain, but but it's just it's a really cool atmosphere, and I've always enjoyed myself out in Seattle.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Portland.
We just did the expansion draft for the Kraken, the new NHL team yesterday.
Seen
So
that.
it's a full squad. We're second in the draft. I didn't get season tickets, but I'll buy them somewhere and
Right.
and just pretend like I know what's going on. Yeah.
Just cheer loudly. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Keep that Congo line going.
Yeah, I'll do it too if they ask for it. Shoot.
Right.
I
No. What was that, Gary?
want to do the conga line right now.
I know. Actually, there it is. I have no rhythm whatsoever, so I can't attempt to do it.
I've seen it, man. Don't lie to the people.
You've seen his no rhythm.
Yeah, well, I've seen the attempt, but sometimes
Right. Sometimes it can turn out to be awful, and sometimes not so awful. So he seemed not so awful. Actually, a buddy of mine, my cousin Vinny. I don't know if you remember him, but yeah, he made money off the Congo line because he was part of the Congo line, and they sent him a paycheck.
Oh, for real? Hell yeah, getting people.
So, you're number one in his book. You're his favorite wrestler.
Thanks, cousin Vinny.
Right. All those times just going there eating catering, not getting paid, but you got them paid. Yeah. So.
I used to be right there in catering with him sometimes. Shoot.
Right. Me too.
Yeah, shoot.
So now, when did you get into wrestling? Let's talk about that. How you started, what got you into wrestling, and then and all that jazz.
Well, what got me like into watching wrestling or wanting to be a wrestler?
How you started watching wrestling, how you were introduced to wrestling, and then what made you decide to become a pro wrestler?
Oh, okay. So I got into it. Didn't really watch it or anything like that. I'm a middle child, sisters on either side, and so I was just sort of just playing baseball, being Dominican. That's what we do. So that's what I was trying to do. But then chilling with my cousins, I treated they were like my brothers. and they started talking about wrestling. Like I remember I heard a whole bunch of noise, commotion, like I was eating food, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I go upstairs, and it's, don't try this at home. It's my cousin jumping off the bed and landing on his brother, and he's like, oh, I was like, what the hell's going on? He's like, hey, I'm Shawn Michaels. He's Vader. You could be Ahmed Johnson for all these reasons. And I was like, oh, sweet. Who are they? And they were like, what? And then, you know, they showed me a bunch of videos and stuff, and then I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I just started watching it, kind of like to have something in common or to talk about the next time we went over there. You know, I went over to their house or whatever. But then, you know, they went away from it. I kept watching it. And then, you know, sort of got off of it or whatever, did the college thing because my folks, I wanted to take a year off, possibly pursue it. Once my shoulder gave out on me for baseball. And then my mom said, no way to that. She made me go to college and then went to South Korea. But it was one of the only things that was on TV in English. So I just kept seeing it and watching it. And I was like, damn, man, I was like 24, 25 at the time. And I was like, man, I don't want to be like, you know, like 50 years old and regret never having the opportunity or never giving it a shot because I still felt like I wanted to do it. You know, there was something there like inside of me that wanted to do it. So I just came back. I went to North Carolina, CWF Mid-Atlantic, and I got trained by a couple of people, Jeff Rudd, Trevor Lee, who's now Cameron Grimes in NXT, dude, super cool. And then a guy named Roy Wilkins as well, all smooth as hell. But that's how I got into it, man. And I mean, the time where I saw it and I was like, hell yeah, I need this. It was The Rock did his entrance at a house show, and he was facing Triple H, and you know Triple H came out and with DX, and they were being super heels, and the show was great. Like crowd was going nuts the entire time. But that was when I was like, there were people who got in a fight earlier behind me, which was awesome. Right? I was like, hell yeah, this is live. And then like literally dudes in no shirt and overalls in front of me. To the left, there was like, you know, these dudes in business suits or whatever. It's my dad who hasn't watched it in a while, right? But then The Rock's entrance came out, and literally everybody shot up at the same time. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I wanted a piece of that, you know what I mean? So that's what got me really suckered into wanting to do it. Just that atmosphere, the electricity, like literally it happened. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's great. Now, let me ask you a question. When you told your cousins, they said, oh, Shawn Michaels and Vader and Ahmed, and you go, who are they? Like, what type of look did they give you?
They were like not that I was dumb. It's just like, oh, you didn't hear? Like,
oh, okay. Let me tell you something, because yesterday, this lady, I go, she's 32, so she's a little younger, but still, she should know. And she's from Michigan. I said something about the Edmund Fitzgerald. Have you ever heard of that lake freighter that sank, you know, in 75? Gary, you've heard of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I'm going to just be like Gary and say, yeah, Gary, you don't know. Lie to the people.
It's the most famous shipwreck in the Great Lakes. Like, even if you're not into boating, you know, there's people that aren't into boating that, like, they have replicas of the ship, you know, like models of it and stuff. But anyways, I go, yeah, you know, the Edmund Fitzgerald, that's where it was made down there at Great Lakes Steel. She goes, what's that? And I literally looked at her. I was like,
like, are you serious?
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm
you can look at it the same way, because honestly, I didn't know what it was. So,
well, you're not from Michigan, so yeah.
Okay. But she was from Michigan.
Born and raised, and she's a lifelong. She fishes like lifelong. She's on the water, going fishing and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've ever taken a bath in Michigan and stayed here more than 5 days, you should know the Edmund Fitzgerald. But yeah, and literally for like 5 minutes, I'm like I didn't understand what she said. Like, no, what's that?
Yeah. Even when I talk to people about wrestling now, some people are like, what's that? And then I start naming names or whatever, and then they're just like, But like, you know, put my wife on blast right now. She didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So we were abroad, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cut my contract, and I wanna pursue this. You know, I want to pursue wrestling. And she was like, what's that?
Yeah.
So the same thing. I started naming names or whatever, and she was like, what? And then I showed her video, showed her some videos, and I was like, yeah, right? Like, hell yeah. And she was like, you want to do that? I was like, yeah. She goes, all right, can I come with you? I said, oh, hell yeah. Let's go. So she was cool about it. She didn't know what the hell it was. So, I mean, it was good.
Yeah, well, that's good. At least she didn't look at you like, the look I just, showed you. Like,
yeah, well, she kind of did. But
you want to do what? Oh, what's that? You want to do what?
Yeah, I started questioning myself. It was a big internal.
Right. Maybe that's not a good decision.
Do I want to?
We get good money here. I mean, yeah, she's right.
Kristen Bijou said there's a song about it. They called the Edmund Fitzgerald too. So
yeah, it's actually Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah.
There's people actually here.
Yeah. You want to? We got some people here. We got Robert Lafayette,
Indiana in the building. What up, Lafayette? It's your boy. Oh no way. Say as that people know me. What to do, Robert Brown? Hey, that's me, Eric. How do you say that? You can't. Hey,
he felt bad. He changed it to the new name.
It's okay. Yeah. No, I was really happy with the people that they. Gosh, I can't read this fast, Ryan. Hold up. We're not getting a chance to be. Yeah, you can do. Come on down to Impact, Ryan. I'll put you in that conga line. Damn right. I'll fight people. But I was really happy with that. So after being out for like that year or whatever, and then going in, all the nerves are, they're still there. But then the people got with the name, and I was so happy they didn't say the Jose at the end of it. And
yeah.
I flew in. Like they legit called me Friday, and they were like, "Are you booked tomorrow?" And I said, "For what?" And I was like, "Nope." And then they were like, "Stand by." And then 3:00 Western time, they sent me all the confirmation. So I was like, it's like 6 p.m. over there. And then flew out in the morning, had no clue what the hell I was doing. Flew out, made my connections, got picked up at the airport. And on the drive, I was like, you know what the hell I'm doing? Because I heard you might be in the tag or whatever. Actually, Apollo, he texted me and he was like, you're going to be on the pay-per-view, because I guess Moose told him the card. And I was like, how am I figuring out from Apollo? From my boy, what I'm going to do.
The last to know.
Yeah, it popped me huge. But I get there, and it was wild, because I was like, I had to do, all the COVID protocol or whatever. I didn't bring my vaccine card. I didn't know I needed to bring it. But I took the test, and they were waiting for me. And then as soon as I'm like, oh, come here, drop your bags there. Come do your entrance. I said, entrance? What the hell am I doing? So then they had the conga line ready, and I was like, let's go in my slacks, slacks and dress shoes. It was great.
That dropped on you. Then you had no idea what was gonna happen.
No idea, but that makes it better. I just like the anticipation of it all. You don't know. Over for me, it's less stressful that way.
Right.
About something and I can do this here and that here, because everything just sort of comes on the fly or naturally when it's I don't know what the heck's going on. So yeah.
Right. And that's the cool thing sometimes in this business, when things are thrown at you or it's live TV and they have to change stuff up, and it's just go out there and do, and you're not overthinking things because you don't have time to. Yeah. So that's the real creative stuff, or that's when you can get really into the match and just feed off the people and listen to the people. But yeah,
especially on live events and stuff like that. Live events I miss those.
How nice is it to be back live? I mean,
you said what now?
How nice is it to be back live for you guys?
Oh, it's awesome, man. To be back wrestling is great because having a baby in a few months, so I didn't really want to take any bookings or whatever to put my wife at risk. But then she got vaccinated, so I was like, all right, sweet. I can go out here and do the thing again, and just to be out in front of the people, just to be out wrestling, man, it's amazing. I love it. I have a passion for it, to be away from it for so long, and now I have an opportunity to maybe show different things, because I've always wanted to show different aspects of the character. So
right
myself, right? So I put on 25 pounds over here not getting booked. I was might as well hit this gym.
No, now as far as
you're drowning out. Hey, I'll ask Eric. Hey, no way. Eric wants to know how tagging with Falaba.
Falaba was amazing. This dude, it was so fun because he has that no thing, and then like it went right into the thing into the debut or the announcement of the name, and like his willingness to do whatever, and he wanted to like do stuff for me, but at the same time I wanted to do stuff for him, and so it was like working together like in the fullest, I guess, like aspect of whatever. So he's an awesome dude, and like he's very entertaining. So to sort of mesh those two forms of entertainment, and then when we need to kick, yeah, okay, I say butt. When we need to kick butt, we'll kick butt, and then like it was a lot of fun, man. Like that's a cool dude.
That's awesome.
Now moving forward with now that they're opening up more live events and stuff like that, and independent shows and stuff like that, is that something you want to do? And if so, how do people get in contact with you? Do you have an email or?
Yeah, I'd love to, and I was just about to post something about it right now on the old Twitter. But I just have Book Levis. That's my shoot name. BOOKLEVIS @gmail.com, and then we'll talk about. I'm willing to go anywhere, do whatever, and just have a good time.
So you don't mind traveling and all that stuff?
No, not at all. Like traveling, being on this side of the world, like of the country, I have to do it. And it's it is what it is, and I got to do my best to be safe about it and not bring it back home. But like, I got to go out there and I got to work. I got to get paid, and I got to do it. So family to feed, baby.
Right.
Is there a big wrestling community up in Washington, northwest area like that?
No, not really. There's like 2 rings here, and there's like one company that really runs that I know of. It's Defy, and I've run into some people like downtown or whatnot that have been in the Conga line, and they've been trying to, not trying to, but they all tell me the same thing. It's the same 2 places, one in Everett, one right inside of Seattle, and then Defy is the company that runs over here. But I don't think they've run in a while, because we've been pretty on the rest of the country's, well, like the East Coast is like wide open, but we just got to 100% at the beginning of July. Like everything opened back up, so we were still on the mandate. We still have to wear masks wherever we go, and like any contact or combat, like there was a huge restriction on that for the whole entire time. So nothing's really opened back up. So I mean, there's nothing here, so I just have to go elsewhere.
Yeah, and that's like what did a lot of restrictions end for us? What, in July too, right, Gary?
I feel like we were in the West Coast.
Yeah.
West Coast, Michigan,
Hey, let's go. West Coast, Michigan.
No, but now, now that things are opening up, and still, like we run shows here, and we tell everybody if you want to wear a mask, and when we'd have to social distance in a limited amount, or we do it outside, we'd still, people felt comfortable wearing a mask and stuff like that, and I'd wear it sometimes too, just to, even if it was outside, like at the table or something, just to, so other people wouldn't feel, like they were an outcast if they wore it. So,
even when I go to like the Nashville, or I went to Gallows thing like a few weeks ago, and it was like there was nobody with anything, and I was like, it was like almost culture shock again. I was like, what do I do? So I was the only one with this thing on. People were looking at me like I was weird as hell. And I was like,
right, like you got 3 eyes and stuff. Yeah. And that's a good thing about, with Impact Wrestling. They allow you to do independent shows, and they allow you to, and the guys and girls that they hire, they have common sense, and they take precautions. So and plus, Impact, they do the 15-minute COVID test too. But they know we're going to represent the company well, and that's Scott usually hires men and women that know how to represent the company. So that's cool being part of Impact. Now that you're part of Impact, you can also do bookings on the outside and independents and stuff. Yeah. So
and that's what I mean. Like I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Like just
yeah, I'll tell you. I'll give you some hints. When we're over the phone on independent shows, they're fun. I'll tell you, they're great. They're fun. You know, you do the meet and greets beforehand, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a good way to carve a living. You know, so
Cool.
and the people you meet, yeah, very interesting. So.
Give me some tips, like stay low on the battle royal.
I remember that, Gary. So we had a battle royal, and every time we have a battle royal, I go, use your lower center of gravity and stay low, like squat. Even though I've never won a battle royal, and I told them that, I go, that's my strategy. It seems to work for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, it works.
You just lie on the ground and hope nobody can pick you up.
All right.
Hey, we got a couple more. No way. What was your favorite or most memorable conga line memory?
Conga line memory. I guess like the first one that I did in Brooklyn, because that was the first one, and it was just a random idea. And I went out there, and it was my takeover. So it was Brooklyn, like 2 or 3. I forget. I should know. I think it was 2. But went out there, and then like people came in from the left and the right and just went around, and you know that was a lot of fun because it was just the first one. Of course, there's always the ones where like people just get messed up. The cheeseburger was a huge deal. I love the cheeseburger, but some bumps, brother. So yeah, just like that very first one at Brooklyn was probably the most memorable one because it was just like a special entrance type of thing. And in NXT, I only did the conga line for like bigger events, and you know it wasn't like a thing. But in NXT, I did do it with the people, like going around in the beginning. And I remember in San Diego, and if you see the footage from Hardcam, there's literally like hundreds of people in front of the crowd following me around. And when it's like a crowd conga line, that's the one that's most memorable. It was just a house show in San Diego, and it was just like wrapped all the way around. And I'm in the middle, and you still see people trickling, and I'm already back in the ring. Like everybody's sitting now, we got to get the show started. Yeah.
Do you remember the Congo line? It was in, I think it was a WrestleMania on sale date in New Orleans. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't it at the Dome or something, or
it was at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Yeah. So I went there and I did the conga line with the people on the outside because so that was a lot of fun too. I mean, and that was crazy because like that was the second Mania I went on, and I went in full like my indie gimmick, Manny Garcia. I was just dressed with my Dominican flag. I was like, I'm gonna get on this damn, I'm gonna get on this camera. They couldn't see me way up there. I was in the dark. So like to see where I was, which was like 2 rows from the top, and then like I'm in the middle wrestling Kenta, and like for this pre-show thing, it was pretty awesome. So I just had a lot of people, ton of fun.
Yeah, no, I like the Congo line. I really like it when you do it with the crowd too.
Yeah, I love it with the crowd because like they want to get into it,
Right.
Times I like to go back into the crowd and just party with them because they want to party, especially like whether I'm first, if they're a few beers in and we party that way, hey, that's even better. So
we've got. I think that's because I think that's a really good atmosphere. I like the Congo line when with cheeseburger and all that stuff, and when people dress up. But I I understand why WWE don't do it a lot with the Congo line with the crowd just for insurance purposes. Someone trips and falls, and next thing you know, it's their fault, and they're suing for millions of dollars, not because they drank 10 beers and their shoe was untied and a guy clipped their knee, with something. It's none of that.
All the way down the steps and they face plant. Yeah, I've seen that.
Right. So, but with independent promotions, I think, they don't see that big ticket that they can get it with a lawsuit. But I think with independents, you can do it that Congo line with the crowd, and it'll be more intense and more meaningful, because a lot of people will go home, and with promoters, that'll be a good booking tool. It's like, okay, if I bring, No Way in and he does the Congo line, the people go home talking about how they were part of the Congo line.
Yeah, how they were part of the show. Like, right. Be a part of the show. I hope I get to do that with, all these bookings or whatever, but that's what I plan on doing. It's a secret. So
What I'll have you do is I'll have you come in, do the Congo line, and then get in the ring and turn on me.
We have a few.
Gary will book it. He'll give you an extra $500 to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm all down with that. We've got a few requests for bringing the conga line to Monroe. So
yeah.
Bring it. Let's go. Let's have a party over there. Come on.
If somebody wants to know, was Ben Boone the cheeseburger?
Was Ben?
No, Ben Boone wasn't the cheeseburger.
Ben Boone wasn't.
No.
Remember the cheeseburger?
Do you know who the cheeseburger was?
The cheeseburger was always exposed, so like the cheeseburger was several people.
Oh, okay.
The very first cheeseburger was like that got like TV time was some guy, and they were actually gonna bring him back the next week to have a match with, I think Mojo cut the promo on him, but like cheeseburger got super over, you know, because like it was just focused on him, and like got so much attention that like, you know, we went back up the ramp, and I was like, hey brother, beauty shot. I just held his arm up, and they're like, oh, wow. Like, and I was like, oh, sweet. But then they wanted to bring him back, but like, you know, it was like last minute. He was flying out of somewhere in Colorado, and that, you know, where we were was just like the ticket was going to be expensive. So they were like, well, a cheeseburger is going to be somebody random, but it's just a cheeseburger outfit. So people didn't care. They were just like, cheeseburger. Yeah. I wanted actual cheeseburger to actually come in and do it and do some stuff, but that would have been cool.
Right.
Have you guys fought before?
Huh?
Have you guys been in the ring together?
Who?
You and Terry, you and Rhino.
Yeah, but like tag stuff, we were just in the ring this past weekend too.
Yeah, nothing. We didn't fight each other or anything.
Yeah.
So,
no.
Yeah, we're both baby faces. Why are you trying to stir shit up, Gary?
Do it. Go over there. Congo with you and
we got Connor coming down the way in August, so I figured I'd try to find somebody else to do it too.
Right.
Line forms over here for who wants to beat Rhino.
Right. Gary likes to, you know, stir shit up, and then he likes to try to get me beat up. You know, I told him it doesn't take much to beat me up nowadays. Send a 12-year-old girl, you know, she'll get the crap out of me.
Bring in the cheese.
I'll sell it. Yeah. Just let me hit the gore, baby. We good. Oh man.
You want to talk a second about the event coming up in August, real quick?
Yeah.
We got Rhino and Connor fighting in the main event, August 26th. Worlds Collide. So that's weekend interesting. You've never beat Connor in WWE before.
No.
So good, Connor?
No, I've never beat Connor. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Y'all are going 1-on-1, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm talking about. What day is that? August 26th?
August 26th.
Yeah. We'll have to get you. We started running indoors again. We did a couple at the marina, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
We'll get you over here. So,
I love
it.
Yeah. Right. That was actually hell. We might bring you in for we might do one in October. Well, shit, October's a little cold, but do the Congo line. Can you imagine the Congo line going out into the street over to the other neighbor?
Hey, I'll do it. Shoot.
Well, I would join it.
If people don't get tired, I mean, just come on.
Right.
Because Paula, we did the entrance for the thing, and he was like, "How do you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know." Usually when people doing the Congo line, they're like, "How the hell do you do that?" And then wrestling. It's
I remember the first time I seen you do it out in New Orleans, and I was just like, "Wow." I'm blown up just watching you. Yeah. And then you got in and worked the match.
Yep. And then
people like, holy cow.
You sweat so much. Hey, let me tell you about this entrance. Let me tell you about what I do. I weigh 270 pounds and I'm high stepping the whole way.
Yeah. Now, like the people in the Congo line isn't, you know, giving it as much, you know, but yeah, you're leading that parade.
Oh yeah. I'm like, all right, man. Energy, you got to be blown up, blah, 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 blah. And like some of them do it, but then others are like, yeah. I turn around, go back, come back to the back.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Besides, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Gary.
I was going to mention, besides August, we have the Monroe Pop Fest coming up in September 17th and 18th, and we want to play a quick video of the latest guests we have coming from the Power Rangers.
Hi guys, it's Jacqueline Soslowski here, aka Zoe Reeves, the Yellow Power Ranger on Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and I'll see you guys in Monroe, Michigan at Monroe Pop Fest September 17th and 18th. Be there!
Nice.
The latest guest.
Morphin time. Hey,
yeah.
Valenzuela, squid. Ding.
Coming, so we're excited about that. Just wanted to get that Jacqueline's video in there. So, you like Power Rangers, Terry?
I love Power Rangers. There's like so many on the show. Now, did you watch Power Rangers?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, but I stopped. Let's see, the original, and then maybe the season after that, and then I think like around, what was it, like Turbo Next or whatever? But I was just like, nah, man, where'd all my damn, dinosaurs and stuff go? I was mad as hell.
It's everything. Now, there's been 15 more seasons. Since
yeah, man, they're still running strong. Good gracious.
Yeah, they're still going.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would fall off, but they just kept, I guess, like doing the same thing. I saw some documentary on Netflix about it, how the guy was just like, it started dwindling down, and then they brought the same guy who brought the original on, and he was like,
yes, Saban or whatever.
Same thing, baby. The same thing. Took the clips, put his clips, morphed it together, and it was great, So
okay, so let's switch gears here real quick. I know we don't want to take too much of your time. Now, speaking of Power Rangers, let's switch gears to superheroes.
Here it comes.
Who's your favorite superhero between Batman and Superman?
It's a tough one. Who makes the better movies? Batman, of course.
Oh, awesome. Okay. If you had to pick a favorite superhero.
I like the Incredible Hulk because I was always like an angrier child, and I was like, don't get me angry, like kind of stuff. And it's like, I always appreciated that. Like, it was like, oh, okay, cool. You could be like mild mannered, but you can get set off or something like that. And for me, and for me, it was like, I don't know. I just like that, big dude and all that stuff, and thrashing and going all over, and going crazy, I respect it. Right. But yeah, I think Batman over Superman. Nobody get hot at me, but whatever. Right. And then
Spider-Man, but whatever.
Yeah, Spider-Man. It's good. Which Spider-Man live adaptation is your favorite? Who played it best so far? What you think?
I liked the first one, Tobey Maguire. I thought he was awesome.
Yeah, even with part 3, that he was like ding 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 ding.
That was awesome, man. You can do that live on TV, then I'll
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Tobey did good. Yeah.
I like them all though, but they're all different. I like them all. The Tom Holland kid, he seems like he's good. He's gonna be around.
He's doing real good with it too.
He can look for the rest of his life. It looks like. So.
Yeah, right. But who's your favorite superhero?
What's that?
Who's your favorite superhero?
Batman.
Oh, that's why he asked you that question, because he wants to make sure you're right.
Yeah. I did my research, not sure.
No, I think what really sold me is when I was a kid growing up, and you'd see the reruns of the Adam West Batman series, and then when they came out with the Batman movie with Michael Keaton, and I think it was '88, and it was like, I know I'm older than you, but like I was a kid, and like Gary, you remember. It just seemed like Batman was everywhere. It was like, and that's when like McDonald's and like Burger King, and they would they would start working with these movies, and like, so you could go to McDonald's. I think it was McDonald's, and have a Batman cup, and you could win the Batmobile, and like the newer one, and it just looked so cool. And I thought Michael Keaton did great as Batman the first couple ones. Yeah, and then
then you picking Keaton as the best Batman, because that's what I pick.
Yeah, I think so. I think either all the other actors have done a great job as Batman, but I think just because of that, and plus I'm a big fan of Michael Keaton, so all of his work, So, but my all-time favorite Batman would be Michael Keaton, and I'll never forget. I was listening to Adam West. You remember Drew and Mike in the morning on 101 The Riff over here, radio station. They played a clip on Adam West. He was talking, it was in a paper. He did an interview. He said, "Yeah, in my suit, that was all me down there." Because the new suit was all rubber, right? Like they made like the muscles and all. And it was like a rubber suit. Like when he wore it, it was like spandex. It was like a wrestling outfit. And he said that, and I just started laughing. And because he was upset that they didn't ask him to play the movie in '88, right? It'd be the Batman, And it was kind of like 20 years after you've done it, so you've got to go with young talent, right? So. But yeah, and then he threw that in too. He's like, "Yeah, that was all me down there." I just started
That's the figure right there. Okay. We're gonna have to wrap it up here pretty soon. I don't want to take too much more of your time. It's been an honor having you on. No way, it's awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Back in the ring. And why don't you let everybody know where they can book you, where they can see you, follow you?
Oh, okay, cool. You can follow me at Levy Valens, LevyValenz, on both Twitter and Instagram. Then Book Levis, BookLevis at gmail.com. If you want me at any event, I do birthday parties, bar mitzvahs. I'm there for everything, baby.
Hey, on that note, one of my favorite wrestling shows was a bar mitzvah. This guy, I'm not gonna lie, and this was Jeff Jarrett was there, Abyss. This guy probably spent $400,000 on this bar mitzvah. No crap. And it wasn't just wrestling. It was in the convention center downtown Indianapolis. And I guess this guy was a big lawyer, right?
Yeah.
And he had rock bands. Yeah. And then it was detailed. Like he hired a person just for the wrestling. And like at a certain time, this band would go out, the lighting and everything. So they ran out of time. So they scrapped all the matches and they had a battle royal. And it came down to Jarrett and I. Like, yeah, Rob Van Dam was there, was signing autographs because he was still with WWE and he hurt his knee. Like, bar mitzvahs are no joke, man. We had a blast. We went in the night before. We were at a Hilton. Like, I mean, talk about, like star treatment. Yeah. And then
So look for
I'm for my business along with wrestling.
I stand corrected. The battle royal, when it was down to the last two, it turned into pinfall wins. So I actually won that battle royal.
Oh, there you go. Didn't stay low the entire time, baby.
I stayed low. We ganged up on Abyss, got him out of there. Stayed low. And then the kid, Jarrett, was going to hit me with the guitar. The kid grabbed the guitar. I hit Jarrett with a gore. 1, 2, 3.
The kid whose bar mitzvah it was?
Yes.
That's amazing. Oh, that's great.
What bands were there? Were they White Snake or something? Or what band?
No, it was modern day like pop bands and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the name of them, but they were really good. The lighting, they had dancers and all that stuff. Yeah, at least $400,000 on this bar.
Yeah, that's
I was lucky to get a cake and like my dad's truck radio on for my birthdays. To celebrate.
On my birthdays, we had so much alcohol for all the adults. You said what?
No, and then I did a birthday party. I never did one, right? You hear about Jericho and Lance Storm. They got paid like 2 hot dogs and an orange juice, right? Yeah. So I'm like, I've got to wrestle at a birthday party, right? And in I think it was 2014, there's twins they promote up in Toronto. And they go, hey, we want to do a birthday party, or we want to book you, regular rate and all that stuff. I go, cool. They go, yeah, it's a birthday party. You mind? And to me, I thought to myself, I would have did it for free just for I've done it, right? I go, oh, no, that's cool. And I'm thinking it's going to be in a backyard or something, right? Just like total like crap. This guy had a full-size pole barn where he kept these exotic cars that he collected. This guy, I don't know what the guy did. And I'm like, this ain't what I imagined. I imagined like a drunk clown in the corner,
birthday, kids.
Yeah, so mom like baked a terrible cake, throwing in everything cake, and your dad
almost mad as hell that you run in and it's like this balding ass bike. Like, damn it, I didn't want this.
Well, there was lighting. Yeah, he moved all of his cars out. There was actually a gym in there too, right? And that's where the locker room was. And then like he had lighting. The guy's MC. It was a really, really good show. Like they had a lot of good guys there. Like even Virgil was there. Yeah. And Nikolai was there. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, those experiences were pretty fun. I really enjoyed them. Yeah.
He's like, sorry to disappoint you with my big lavish pole barn. We're gonna get out of here. Terry here is Low Expectations Podcast, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube TV, Terry and Gary TV, Facebook, Instagram. We're on all the stuff. Follow us, download us, watch us. Maybe we'll be back next week. Maybe we won't. But keep following along. We're here before we go away. Awesome to have you. We have Michelle's been missing her weekly doses of guns, so she wants to roll up the sleeves. She wants everybody to show off their guns. So
here we go. There you
go. No way. Man, you're jacked now.
And the victory.
I told you I had to do that. Way. We go to that gym. Ooh, boo. I'll do this all day.
Hulk Hogan going. Right. But awesome having you. Hopefully get to the Monroe one day so we can get that conga line going. And see you guys next week on Terry and Gary's Low Expectations Podcast.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. I'll see you.
Hey, thank you again, Way.
Thank you.
Problem, man.